All right, so we've learned how to add fractions, we've learned how to subtract fractions. Let's just do a really quick review of doing both of those things with a number line, because being able to use fractions on a number line is really, really valuable. It helps us to understand where the numbers fall in the span between 0 and 1, or between whole numbers, right? Because fractions represent part of a whole. So it's really important that we're able to put that information onto a number line and know what we're talking about as far as like how much we're talking about. But it's also really helpful because it's a tool that we can quickly draw anytime. So we can't always have fraction strips with us, right? But we can always draw a number line. And so that's going to just be a really great tool for helping us to be able to add and subtract fractions. So for this number line, I drew it out because sometimes you're given a number line and you just have to represent a problem on a number line. For this one, I just sort of drew it out, but I'm going to show you how to know how to draw a number line with fractions, okay? So first of all, 6/8 minus 2/8. So I'm taking away, I start on 6/8 and I'm going to hop backwards 2/8. So it's like hopping backwards 2 dashes, right? Because each dash is an eighth. So 1, 2. So I landed on 4/8, which means 6/8 minus 2/8 is equal to 4/8. All right, pretty simple. We did this in the last video, so if you need to look back on the last 2 videos, you can see a little bit more on how to add and subtract fractions on a number line. Now for this one, I don't have my number line drawn, so I want to just talk quickly about how to draw the number line. Remember, the denominator stands for not the amount of dashes unless you're counting the one whole dash, right? Because this would be, in this case, 10/10. All right? So we're not going to worry about the 0 dash because the 0 dash isn't part of this fraction of it. I'm going to split this into 10 pieces with my last dash being the one that's already there for the one whole. All right, so I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then 10 right there. All right, and of course my number line is not at all equal sized pieces, but that's okay. So you see how I did that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then 10/10 is the same thing as one whole. So really keeping that in mind. The numerator denominator being the same is the same as a whole. Okay, and when I'm labeling these, my denominator is going to be a 10 every time, and I just start with 1. 1/10, 2/10, 3/10, 4/10, 5/10, 6/10, 7/10, 8/10, 9/10, and then remember 10/10 is one whole. All right, so here I'm adding 4/10 plus 3/10. So I'm going to start this time on 4/10, or I already have 4/10, right? Like I already have these, and I'm going to add 3/10 more. So 1, 2, 3. Now how many do I have total? I have 7/10. All right, I had 4, I added 3 more, now I have 7/10. So again, that's just a quick review on using the number line to help you. I want you to get familiar and get comfortable with number lines because we are going to be using those a lot as we're representing different things with our fractions. Okay, so we're going to be using those here within our fraction units, and then we're going to actually be working on line plots here in a few units. And when we do line plots, it's representing data on a number line where we're doing fractions and wholes and things like that. So we really got to get comfortable with representing all of our information on a number line. All right, let us know if you have any questions, guys.